Uh,
Yeah, I would say we wait 2 more minutes and then we start.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to all of the women that are here. Thank you very much for being here. We were hoping to, we've been discussing about having this reading in a while. Actually, it was Cory that said to us, let's start reading the Matriarchal Manifesta. And I thought it was a great idea. So we all worked on that. We love, and I think it's a wonderful way to let people know what it is, what are matriarchies, because in this Matriarchal Manifesta that was written by Heide Göttner-Abendroth, we have all the principles, the vision, and the idea of what is a matriarchal society and how we can make it happen. So this is like a reading, and at the same time, we're very much interested in sharing with us your ideas and your thoughts. So the whole program of this call, and I can go to the next. So this is the program. We will have 5 minutes in which a beautiful Cory is going to explain and talk to us about what are HEIDEs and what are we organizing in 2025 and how we started. And then we will just light a candle, set an intention, have a moment of grounding and meditation. And then I will just have a very brief presentation of what are modern matriarchal studies, especially honoring Heide Göttner-Abendroth and all of her work. I know that there's a lot of women here that have subscribed that are already specialists in that, because they were with me in the course, the 2 years course with Heide, and they already have written their thesis. So, but it's really about honoring Heide. And then we're going to read the Matriarcha Manifesta. It's going to be a reading in 5 voices. And then I will ask you to go into breakout rooms. We will have 20 minutes in which, in groups of three people, we will answer 2 questions. And then you're going to come back, and we're going to have a sharing circle. And we're going to have a checkout to just close this presentation. So here I give the word to Cory, and then we will start with the whole presentation.
Yes, welcome everybody. I'm so happy for all of us to be here to come together for this special program of the reading of the Matriarchal Manifesta and with the discussion. So let me start with telling you about what the HEIDE is, in case you don't know. The HEIDE means matriarchal, sorry, someone tried to enter. Okay, sorry. The HEIDE is the Eco-Village Design Education. So it comes from the EDE, most of you already know, but we do it with matriarchal values. So we have a HEIDE. And we had the first HEIDE in 2023 in MIN Sabina in Italy. And it was amazing. It was actually the first HEIDE I've been to, and it really changed my life. I was catapulted to another dimension and super happy to take part in it. And then a year after, we had the next HEIDE in Narni. So Sabina founded the school of the Matriarchal Feminine Wisdom, Matriculture School in Narni. And we continued to have courses of HEIDE in 1 week modules instead of 30 days module, because a full HEIDE takes 30 days. And we continue to offer it in 4 sections of 1 week courses in the school in Narni. And the next big 30-day CDE will be in Colombia, which is a real modern matriarchal community in Colombia, where many women came together to decide that they want to live matriarchal. And we wanted to have the experience in a real community so that we have the knowledge and the application in one place, and that we can learn from each other and work with each other and be with each other. So that's pretty much the whole concept of CDE, of really coming together and building functional, sustaining communities together with matriarchal values. And now we dive into today into the Matriarchal Manifesta by HEIDE GOETTNER-ABENDROTH, which she proposed this beautiful idea out of her own lifelong research, which we will dive into later, about her life. And she wrote this beautiful manifesta to give us guidance, or to give us an idea how a matriarchal community could work today. So now, yeah. One more thing, if you're not yet subscribed to our newsletter, please write your email either in the chat, or just go to our website and subscribe to our newsletter, so you know when you, about all our updates and all our programs and all the things that come up, if you want to stay connected with us and our program. And now I want to invite you, if you have a candle nearby or anything, please take a moment, light a candle, and maybe set an intention for this reading. And we will dive into a short grounding meditation, maybe of 10 minutes. And yeah, come together with an intention. That's always, like, for me and for us, important to open and to close our circles when we come together with a meditation and with an intention. So that's also what we want to do today. And I will give the word to Sabina. Beautiful.
Can you see the candle? I just lit this candle for all of you. And it's really important that we start with a little meditation or with a little ceremony, because it's really important to acknowledge that matriarchal societies, and as women, we have in ourselves, a sacredness of that has been taken away from us. And so we really need to reclaim all of this. So we give thanks that we are here together. We give thanks for the opportunity to be together. Thank you for being here. And we reclaim feminine power, wisdom, and knowledge for all our relations. Blessed be and blessed do. So this is our intention for today. And I would like you to close your eyes or just sit comfortably on the chair. Breathe in, breathe, and breathe out. And just feel your feet on the ground. Feel that you're grounded on the floor. And imagine that you are a tree and your roots are going to go deep down into the earth. And these roots are going to go down, 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 in the different layers of this beautiful planet, going all the way to the center of the earth with the fire, that fire, and just start to feel the energy that we have in us as roots, as women of Mother Earth. And imagine that these roots, they go all around the world, the planet, and we are all in this together, connected by the roots, connected by our roots and connected to each other. And then take another deep breath and imagine that you have long arms stretching on the sky, And you have these arms that are stretching all up in the sky as big branches with flowers and leaves. And so rooted on the earth and with long branches that go all the way to the sky. We thank the sun, and we thank this energy that is giving us the strength to be here in this planet together, the energy of the sun. And then take another deep breath and just feel your heart. Feel the energy of your heart, which is so powerful, so big, and imagine all the love that you can give through your heart. And just thanks this beautiful heart that is helping us to change the world and to make a difference all together. Because she is we, and we are here together. And with another deep breath, just release all your tensions. And imagine that now you are part of the earth, the sky, and your beautiful self and your beautiful soul. And open your eyes. And when you're ready, just maybe give yourself a little shake. And let's start this journey together for this hour. So, a brief presentation in honor of HEIDE GOETTNER-ABENDROTH. I mean, some of you are already been with me on the journey for 2 years. HEIDE is a scholar, but she's also a mother and a grandmother. I would like to know presentation at the Hagi Academy. If you don't know the Hagi Academy, please, you can just look at the website, and if you're more than interested, please go and take her wonderful classes. It's a wonderful journey that you can take for 2 years with her. The next course in English will be in 2026. So HEIDE GOETTNER-ABENDROTH had started with a PhD in philosophy of science. And she taught in Munich for more than 10 years, from 1973 to 1983. But then she left academia and she founded the International Academy Hagia. And she's been writing books and giving courses on matriarchal studies. So her magnum opus is really Matriarchal Society, Studies of Indigenous Cultures Across the Globe, and also many other books, and that I have, most of them read, but unfortunately, HEIDE has written very much in German. So there's books in Italian, some in English, there's some in Spanish, but mainly she has written in German. So if you speak German, this is wonderful because you have the possibility to read all the books that she has written. She also has organized 3 big world congresses, and she also received in 2005 a big prize, which was the 1,000 Peace Women Across the Globe prize. So she's a scholar, she's a wonderful woman, and she's also, I've been attending her matriarchal mystery festivals classes. She's also an amazing priestess. So she has all of it. And she's been teaching matriarchal studies using all the tools that are also the spiritual tools, not only the academic tools of teaching what are matriarchal societies. And matriarchal societies, these are some of the books that she's given us. And I would advise, if you never read anything, to start with Society for Peace, because it's a book that has, it's part of one of the world congresses in which there's many articles of different scholars and also indigenous people from different cultures that have written about matriarchies from past, present, and also future. So I have, if you can please,
Warte mal da. Ja. Also 10 vor.
Iris, can I ask you to mute yourself, please? I don't know, there's somebody's talking while I'm talking, so it's not easy to talk with two voices. So anyway, this is a beautiful picture of HEIDE when she was young. Now she's a little bit older, but The Dancing Goddess has really changed my life. It is a book on the aesthetics of what are matriarchal societies. It is about, creating a different way of being artists. And being an artist in a matriarchal society in reality is leading and living as a woman, as an artist in every single aspect of our life. So it is not about painting or maybe sculpting, which is okay, but it's really recreating your life as art in a sacred spiritual way. So I'm really condensing the whole work of someone, which I would suggest that you, if you have the time to read it, I would really suggest to go, and it's written, go in there and challenge yourself with how can we be artists in a different way in this society. Societies of Peace talks about many societies around the world. There are still societies around the world that are matriarchal. They have been somehow challenged by the patriarchal society, but the Mosuo, the Tuareg, the Minangabau, they are all the Kazi. There are societies that are matriarchal. And we are going to read about the matriarchal manifesta, and through the manifesta you will learn and you will understand what are the principles that bring us to become so interested in matriarchal societies. This is a picture of some of the societies that you can find around the world. And you can see that you have the Mosuo, here in China, or the Minangabau. The Minangabau is a population of more than 6 million people that are led by women, that they have a matrilinear structure of society. And these are some of the examples that you can find around the world of still existing indigenous societies that are matriarchal. Let's start now with reading this beautiful matriarchal manifesta that she wrote to give us, as a political pamphlet, so that we could really start a revolution. We could start something different, because women needs to unite themselves and work to change this patriarchal society. So I live the word to Cory that will start this journey of reading.
Yes. I invite you all, if you have it, to read with me, if you have it in front of you. And I will start with the Matriarchal Manifesta, translated by Karen Smith. First, what is the status of women today? To cite a brief summary of the 1980 UN report, women make up half of the world population, work nearly 2/3 of all hours worked, receive 1/10 of the worldwide income, and own less than 1/100 of the worldwide property. UN Nations Report 1980.
What a scandal that is. Yet no one seems to get worked about it. But if we women believe a lot has changed in the meantime, then we are mistaken. In 2010, the president of the UN Economic and Social Council cited the following figures.
Can you all hear me well?
Women, Maria, it's your turn.
Yes. So women work 66% of all hours work worldwide and produce 50% of the food. But they get 10% of the world income, own 1% of the property, and represent 60% of the world's poorest. This, according to Hamidon Ali in the UN press conference on June 25th in 2010. This was the situation in 2000, in 2010, 2018, and in 2024. The UN report is published annually, but nothing changes. The scandal continues, and we are outraged.
We therefore demand fair distribution of the world income as expressed by the national wealth of individual states. We demand 50% of all national wealth belongs to women and their projects. Equally shared economy in all its aspects.
What could matriarchal politics be today? Economically, the creation of new subsistence economies that are locally and regionally anchored. Subsistence communities are sharing and gift-giving circles. Vouchers are the only form of money and free of interest, in opposition to capitalist monetary economy. Property cannot be purchased and owned privately. The land is commonly possessed by all commons. It belongs to the city or the rural district. There exists the right to build a clan house on the land and the right of usufruct for agriculture. Living space is not purchasable. Everyone has a house to live in. There are no rentals.
Socially, new international communities can be formed based on affinity. They consist of symbolic clans and see themselves as brothers and sisters through affinity. New symbolic clans are matriarchal when they are initiated and led by women and mothers related by affinity. Women's communities, women's villages. This type of clans replaces the nuclear family as the fundamental unit of society. The clans or communities develop projects or cooperatives which are giving them togetherness and continuity.
Politically, the matriarchal consensus principle of great importance for egalitarian communities and an egalitarian society is put into practice. In this way, true grassroots democracy is created. Decisions are made by all persons at local and regional levels. Delegates are only information bearers.
Culturally, the whole world is seen as sacred again. Mother Nature is met with love and care. Every kind of living being is revered as divine and celebrated by rituals performed communally. Everybody is invited to take part. Celebrations bring all people together based on mutual respect for the true wealth, the diversity in the world. There are no religious institutions. In this way, matriarchal spirituality pervades everyday life and becomes a normal part of it.
How to put matriarchal politics into effect today. Fundamental demand. 50% of all national wealth belongs to women and their projects. At present, working women pay the same taxes as men. Millions of mothers work free of charge, but 90% of the monetary flow pours into men's projects, military, international corporations, monumental ego architecture, huge sports stadiums and events, etc. That must stop. Results of this changed situations are:
Economically, women set up local subsistence economies for themselves and their communities. Gardens, farms, their own stores, their own distributions, sharing and gifting of goods. Every extended family or symbolic clan set up by women receives its own houses. Women's villages are established.
Socially, women establish new communities related by blood or affinity with their affinity sisters and brothers. Their houses are multi-generational. Motherhood is collective. There is no more isolation of mothers in nuclear families, no social isolation of persons of any age group. Women start their own schools, colleges, cultural and technical academies, and universities in accordance with their own knowledge and values, sharing it with everybody. Women have their own medical facilities and their own health care.
Politically, women are the organizers and keepers of the consensus principle in their extended families or symbolic clans, and also organize it on the local and regional levels. Practical bottom-up politics, no more abstract top-down party politics. Women have their own councils and self-administration at communal, local, and regional levels. Men have theirs as well, and communication between women's councils and men councils takes place on an egalitarian basis. Women and men refrain from male-dominated institutions and don't support them any longer.
Culturally, women have their own publishing houses, bookstores, and distribution networks. They have their own technical facilities. They have their own art galleries, theaters, museums. Women create their own spiritual sites where they celebrate the earth and live together with their communities. Women and all people of their communities stop further destruction of the environment, the soil, the water bodies, and the earth and its plants and animals.
women are owning half of the economy which belongs to them, no longer those tolerated in male institutions. They are no longer beggars for their own projects. They run their own projects independently of male dominance, male values, and male worldviews. A truly matriarchal society arises, one that is egalitarian and friendly to life.
What to do just now?
Spread this information, download the manifesta and send it to your friends.
Create an activist group.
Write this UN report and the demand for the equally shared economy on a poster and show it in the streets.
Create a movement via internet.
Create local, regional, national strikes of women who will meet at the town's central places, demanding the equally shared economy.
Contact women politicians of high position and convenience and convince them to collaborate, and many, many other ideas of your own.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is the reading of the shortcut. You know, the manifesta is actually a little bit longer, but we took the short version because I hope that you had the time, the insight to just think about how would it be to have a society like this. You know, wouldn't it be a different way to live as women? How would it be to be in a different paradigm? So, I mean, what is that we want to do is we want to create groups, maybe groups of 2 people, and we can share 2 questions. So if we can put the questions on the chat. Is a matriarchal society possible? And how can we take action? So I will ask you to share, maybe between you, the 2 of you, these 2 questions, and summarize it. One of you may afterward, when we come back in about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, we would like to have like a circle of sharing and just share with us your insights on these 2 questions. So I'm going to make the breakout rooms and so okay, so you're going to open and enter your room, and you have basically 10 minutes. You have 5 minutes each to share, and then we will get back. So when 2 minutes before the end, I will just write you that you have 2 more minutes left.
So we're
Hi,
gonna
my dear.
Hey.
Happy to see you.
Sorry?
Could you hear me?
Yeah, no, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
I don't know if I have good internet now. Now, can
No?
you hear me?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. So we are just 2 of us. Why not? How are you?
Good. I just I'm in Switzerland at Goettanum at a conference, and I just finished a conference today, and now I'm like the next
Yeah.
thing.
You spoke? Did you speak in the conference?
No, not just a little bit, not
Wow.
much.
Good. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really with young people, so it was really nice.
It's what about the conference?
Philosophy of Freedom from Rudolf Steiner. It was really nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I'm like free.
Brava.
How are you?
I'm trying, okay, a lot of things. I'm trying to write an article about my experience in Africa because someone asked me about it, and but it's not so easy. I I have a lot of useless things to do, and so I didn't give a lot of time to these things. But I really hope I'd like to do. I hope I have 10 days yet more to write, so I hope to finish it because it has to be translated in English after. So I need to finish it in 3-4 days, and after ask someone, my daughter, to translate it in English because my English is a little bit broken. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of work, but it's nice to have for yourself also to have the whole experience in an article.
Yeah, it's so interesting because she asked me to not write as an anthropologist, but as a woman, what this experience gave me in order to have a feminist vision. And I found that actually it is a very foundative experience, and I didn't realize. Anyway, I hope.
Nice.
My dear, what do you think? It's possible to have a matriarchal society? I say yes.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but maybe not for everyone. But I think for those who want to come together and to make a community, I think it's definitely possible. But it's the question of, because then it's like a second society, so we cannot. We have our own economy and our own sociocracy and everything, and we cannot, like, with patriarchy not mix.
Yes.
I don't know.
But this is the problem that not concern just the matriarchal society. If you live in an alternative economy, you have the problem to negotiate your existence in a capitalist environment.
Right.
This is a big issue. I don't know. I think that the fact that begin to share, to support each other, and is something that give you the idea that it is possible, and we can make by doing. And the matriarchal lines I think that the most important thing is to begin, to start.
Yeah. Right. Right. I think now I lost the slide. Yeah, I had this picture of that it could be similar to, for example, to the community of the Amish people.
Yeah.
They have everything different, but it works. Like, everyone knows they are different, and you enter, you maybe not enter, but you want to have this experience, you have to be like them, and the other world is outside, but they function completely in their system.
Yes. And do you know which kind of link they have with the other society, with the context? How for but do they use electric energy or not?
No, that's the thing. They try to be super self-sufficient, so they don't want so much the modern world. I think by now they have a little bit, but they used to have no internet, no cell phones, no nothing. No, also not, they don't like electricity. But I'm sure there are other communities which are modern communities which use these things, but still they have their own, within their own system. Yeah. So that's the question for sure with electricity, if you then have your own source of electricity.
Because in Italy, you can't have your own electricity. You have to send your electricity to the state, and return state make you pay less electricity. I have on my roof but it's not my electricity that I use.
But is it if there is a blackout, you can still use it or no?
No,
But then it makes no sense.
that makes no sense. That makes sense because you, as a private citizen, you can't produce your own electricity. You almost have to depend by the state. And this is the first. I think that this is the very first things that we.
Yes, we need to change because this
We
is
need
like
to change it. Yeah.
this is against the basic rights. I think because what I mean, how can the state guarantee that is my survival if there's a blackout? They cannot guarantee that I have electricity. So
I have a well. We have a well for my house. We have a well in the gardens.
Yeah.
And if we haven't energy, the well the pump doesn't work. And I stay without water. This is absurd. It's not right.
No.
It's not fair, as you say. Yeah, I think, because I think that it's not so easy, but the idea is to have access to the basic resources, land, energy,
So
water.
exactly this point, like this is the most important point, no? Electricity and water. So this is like super important. So how can we go about changing this? What if you want to change this today, tomorrow, what would you do? Like can we write those people, like make a letter and say, hey, actually this is against my basic rights? And make a Volksabstimmung, like many people coming together, make a petition and sign, and you know,
Yes.
this
This is
is
an
bullshit.
idea. This is an idea because here in Italy we had a referendum for free water and we won this. But in the last year they try in all manner to privatize water.
Yeah,
I think that people have to be aware. Have to be aware about the importance to have this kind of access, water and energy.
Yeah, absolutely. What happens if you do this illegally?
About energy?
If you put if you put your solar directly to your house.
You have to be very, very smart because if they find you, you have to pay a penalty, a very big penalty.
So it's money. So the penalty is the problem, yeah. And with water, now you can have private water, right?
Yeah. I have my water. It's not a good water.
What was the penalty for the water?
No. You can have your water. Also because the pipeline don't arrive right here. So how can I have my water? And it's not drinkable water.
So you need
to
cook.
There is a filter. We have a filter to anyway.
Crazy. Yeah, so one way would be a petition to change this law, no? What else can be done?
In the petition?
Yeah.
No, you said apart the petition, what else can be done? But what I'm thinking, I'm living here in the country. Women are not so aware about women's rights and matriarchal, etc. But women knows each other, and I think that one thing is to reinforce normal relationship with between women. And give them the idea that their relationship, their circles can have the community can have a benefit by the fact that they are together, they speak together, they make crochet together, they make draft together, They speak, they have a tea, just a tea. And they speak about community problems, but just between women. I would like to do that. I start to speak with some friends about this. Yeah, I hope, because sometimes women, older women, that have not frequentation with feminists, if you speak about matriarchal and feminism, they are afraid. But if they are together, they love be together.
Yeah.
In sisterhood. And so this experience after could build an awareness about their role in community, not just in family. This became start politically a very little locally, just locally. But
knowledge is the key. Just coming together and talking about it is really can change your whole mindset, everything. And even more so, you have the connection and the strength to do something together. You're not alone. You're not afraid because you're together.
Yeah.
And I think where was it I think in the Netherlands. I'm not sure. There was this moment where one day all the women strike and put down all the work, and the whole country was over. Like nothing worked. Like the bus did not.
This is great.
The coffee shops did not. Nothing. No one could go to work. The children were running around, and the whole country was stopped. And just with this one day, now this country has the best women's rights on the whole world, because they realize with this one day nothing works.
Yeah, this is where?
I think it was the Netherlands, but I have to check.
Okay, Netherlands.
Somewhere in the north.
Yeah.
And they celebrate this day until today. Every year they have this day in memory about the women's rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have the idea about how much it could be powerful, the fact to be together. You know that I don't remember in which country in Africa. This is after colonization, but not in the modern time. When clan begin to fight, not clan, country, women of the two sides go naked together to shock people, and sometimes this is the begin to the peace.
Yeah. Just to wake up.
Yeah. What are you doing? Anyway.
Yeah.
And we are.
This is what we need to do. But this happened. Do you remember in Russia they would women just go naked with painting on the body?
Yeah.
So it has a big impact. Okay, so what are the points?
Go. Let's go. You are good memory and good English than me.
What petition? Women circles.
Yes.
With knowledge is key, and together we are stronger and not afraid. What else? To strike, maybe to have a fully strike.
Strike. Not work. Not do not anything. Children. Yeah, strikes. Absolutely, I agree. Yeah,
that's nice. Yeah. And one of the big problems, or two of the big problems, for a matriarchal community is possible, but one problem is in Italy the electricity, for example.
Yeah, energy. Yes.
The energy.
The autonomy of electricity. Yes.
Yeah.
You remember? Do you want to write down something?
I think I remember. Here. Do you know, is there a plan how long we have to call in general?
Today,
Yeah.
I don't know, 2 minutes, 3.
No,
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 I
but
didn't understand.
like the whole call is 1 hour
1
or
hour and
2
a
hours?
half, I
Okay.
think. I don't know because in the link it is for 1 hour, but Sabina told me that it is on 1 hour and a half.
Yeah, okay. Problem for autonomy.
Okay.
See
They
you
told
at the
us
other
that.
side.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. What's that?
I think it's okay.
What's the matter?
Now they come back.
Sabina?
What is it?
Okay.
I see. Yeah, I was with. Did you share with you? I mean, I was with Jennifer, and Jennifer is also, another woman that was in our course with Heide Goettner-Abendroth. And Michelle, hi, Michelle. I'm sorry that I saw that Lena and Michelle, they were left out, and all of a sudden I pulled you together. And
Thank you.
sorry, I'm really sorry, but I started talking to Jennifer, and then I realized that 6 and 7, you were all on your own.
Uh-huh.
Push you in. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry but I hope you had a little chat,
We
Yeah.
did.
and maybe we can continue the chat here all together with a little bit of sharing, because I think all of us, we've been sort of sharing interesting things about is it possible to create a matriarchal world, and what can we do to make it happen. So I mean, if any of you wants to just share or maybe continue, if you weren't able to talk enough, it would be really wonderful to hear, because this is going to be recorded, and in the rooms there was no recording. So I'll ask Jennifer to sum up what we've been saying, which was really nice. But if anyone wants to, you want to go, Jennifer?
Sure. Yeah, we had a nice conversation about balancing, the micro efforts and the macro efforts. And I talked a little bit about a group that's coming together on the island of Crete, where I live. And we're studying matriarchal arts. And what we mean by that, all of these arts that are lineage. I mean, we've all been cut off from Europe and the United States from our lineage somewhere, at least, back when the witches were burned. So our medical arts, our midwifery arts, all of the handcrafts that sustained economies and we tended our communities with. Um, she asked me, and one of the questions, do you believe we can have a matriarchal society? I said yes, but maybe not in our lifetime. But I think we're very, very important seed throwers right now, to relearn these arts. And if we're going to be small, sustainable matriarchal communities, we need to repair the relationships between women. This takes time, persistence, conflict, coming out on the other side and carrying on. We want to learn from our lineages. We want to take back our medicine and also take responsibility in our communities, in small ways. For instance, where I live, there's a horrible problem with waste and plastic. There's a lot of tourists coming through. So we're working on a way to get fresh filtered water available to the entire community to reduce that load. Um, and then, Sabina and I'll just say this also, and give someone else a chance. We're talking about, what about political action versus these micro actions? And I'm personally driven towards the micro actions and relearning and connecting, but I know that a lot of people feel and and I've been a little disillusioned from trying to speak to psychopaths in political positions, and I've found it kind of useless and not productive in a lot of cases. And sometimes they take our political words and they weaponize them against us and undermine our movements. But I think in something like matriarchy, the small stuff really matters. And for those that are motivated to go out there talking to the politicians and the wider public, I think that's really important too. So power to you. I think we're sisters on a journey here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, but I got cut off. I don't know. So I left. I don't know if you continue to speak, but I was completely cut off. But I'm happy because I had a conversation with Jennifer, so she's the only one that I know what was about. The rest, so I don't know. Did she? Yeah, you were co-host. You were co-host, Cory.
Jennifer had a beautiful sharing. She just finished, so you just came back at the right moment.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you, Jennifer. I'm really sorry. I mean that I haven't missed it, but it was really nice to talk to you about everything, and also to share this. I really felt deeply this idea of locality or small, and how we live in this society in which everything, you have to be famous, big, you have to be global, you have to be everywhere, while we need to have lots of wonderful women that are doing the little bits, and some you here, there, and everywhere. So thank you. So who wants to share? I know that there is Letitia that has to leave. I don't know if she already left, but I would be happy if you want to share, Letitia, with us something. You need to leave. I know you have a birthday lunch, or maybe you can just share with us a few words.
Yeah, I already left just right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I tried. I tried to. So, who was with Letitia in the room with Letitia?
That was me, Sabina.
Oh, Mana, hi. So,
Hi.
can you share what was your what all your thoughts and with us?
Yes, I have to admit I was a little overwhelmed to find myself face to face with Letitia. I wasn't expecting that. Uh, um, and she just gave me some samples of or examples, I should say. I'm Sabina, I'll be honest, I'm a little starstruck that I got to be with her. It was really lovely. Um, she was just talking about, of course, matriarchal societies exist, and she was giving me some of her. She's worked completely in women. It's just so strange to speak for her, but she has worked with 98% women. I think she said for the last 30 years. And it was really remarkable just to hear a little bit about her life and some of her work over that time. And she is, I believe, I know she's an Indigenous woman. I believe an Indigenous woman here of the Americas. And so, as you know, for me, not being an Indigenous woman here, it's a little tricky for me to, I'm not sure. Yes, I'm not sure what else I should say, but it was very nice. Thank you.
But what about you, Marna? How was it for you? I mean, if you want to share maybe your bit, because you were sharing about, somebody else, but what about you? What about, do you think a matriarchal society is possible? And what action should we take? These were the two questions, and it would be, if you can, of course, you cannot talk for Letitia, but maybe you can talk for yourself.
Well, yes, of course, I know they're possible. I mean, I've been to a couple of them, and so yes, I've seen them. Yes, and one of the things, my big takeaway of all when I afforded an opportunity to be in a matriarchal culture is how different the men are, and so probably one of the things that how we would take action for me is just sorting out how to be in different relationship with men. That's what I would probably say I would want to put my focus on, and just cultivating as much as we can at home has been terribly important to me personally. And it's it's a lot of work because our sons and our men are enculturated in the same way that we are in a much larger culture. So, but I think there are quiet, subtle ways that we can have profound influence, and I've been very dedicated to that. I also think that, like in the Dancing Goddess, I always find it really significant that even just giving dialogue to these principles is an art form in and of itself. And to be willing to hear the lessons of those of us who, and I really felt like I received some gorgeous wisdom from Letitia, and to be able to take that in and let part of the art is letting that wisdom in and letting it take root. I think, who was it? Jennifer was talking about throwing seeds. I feel probably Letitia threw a few seeds for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they take root. And so I think that's part of it. Letting ourselves change as well is part of the art. So that's what thank you, Sabina, for, that's probably, I probably won't be able to talk the rest of the day. That's a lot of talking for me.
No, but it's
Thank you.
good. We're building, each one of us is building this beautiful sacred pictures that we have to somehow. So you were talking about, how can we heal ourselves, apart from just doing other things. So this is really true. And if anybody else wants to share I don't know. I see Adriana. I haven't talked. Adriana, with whom were you in the chat, in the group?
With Julia.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Adriana, do you want to share how was it?
Yeah. She's not there anymore.
Julia is there. Yeah.
Okay. From my point of view, I told her it was beautiful to talk to her because as a psychologist, I work alone, and I'm trying to bring all these aspects that I learned with Heide to my office as a psychologist, because I work mainly with victims of sexual crimes. So at this point of my life, I am trying to use all these things I have learned with Heide in order to rebuild the relationship from a woman to her own body, with her body, her sexuality. Because I have maybe 4, 5, 6 victims of rape on a daily basis in my office. So at the moment, I'm so focused in this kind of issue, the relationship between a woman and her body after a crime, and how can I bring all the stuff I have learned with Heide, with you and all the group in my work. And I'm done this alone. So sharing this with Julia was beautiful, was warm. I believe I need to do this more often.
So you believe that there is a possibility of a matriarchal?
It's necessary.
Yeah.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
Wonderful. And Julia, do you want to share? It would be nice if you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Short. I think I would agree with Jennifer. Maybe we would not have matriarchy in our lifetime, but we have to do something that it could happen. And for me, at the moment, it is that I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and I'm trying to, maybe I will do the study next year, but I will also try to talk as much about matriarchy with other women in my surrounding as I can, and that we, even if I do not know much about matriarchy, to be curious and to influence others to be curious as well, and to want to that they want to learn more about it, and this is what I'm recognizing in my friendships. Many of my friends are curious to know more about it, and they are asking me, what have you done at the mystery festivals? And I think there's an openness to learn more about matriarchal societies. This is what I can do at the moment. On the other hand, I always want to have a big revolution that everything is going faster, and I can, and it will be in my lifetime.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And what about Michelle? You know, you had very little time to share with Lena, but if you want to share with us some of your thoughts, it would be
Yeah,
nice.
we both said that it's easier for us to just try and live matriarchal principles in our life than to envision that, like Jennifer said, that if if we ask the sociopaths that are in power, if we demand things as the manifesta says, it's hard for me to put the manifesta into a real vision. But HEIDE has another paper called "The Way into an Egalitarian Society." That one goes more into, like, if I'm just a person living in patriarchy, but I want to live into matriarchy more, how would I do it? I'll put the link to that one in the chat so people can see it. That one speaks to me more because I really can't envision the demanding that the manifesto talks about, but I do my best in my life to to just try to live matriarchy by cooperating with others who want to at least live little bits of it that we can.
So what are you doing? I mean, what are the actions that you're?
I mean, mostly I'm a mom, and I live with my son, and I live with a woman who's not a mom, but wants to live somewhat cooperatively. So it's just the three of us in our household. But then we try to just cooperate with other people who want to live more cooperatively, who want to share things. I buy, when I go to the store, I buy food for another household that I'm close to that doesn't have as much resource that I do, and I just bring food over there. And I share I share childcare with other moms. In the paper that I just shared the link to, Haida makes the point that this is not just women. Like, if this is actually going to happen, it you know, it really should be women and men who agree to these principles working together as chosen siblings. She says, make your clan of your chosen siblings, and hopefully there'll be other clans around that form. I haven't really found men who who want to be in this conversation so far in my community, but yeah, I would like to.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's not easy. And Lena, you want to share something? I mean, since you're in a couple.
Yeah, I was also very inspired of what Michelle shared and the links and everything. And yeah, I also think that for me, it's easier to think about, okay, how can I start to live those matriarchal values for myself and my surrounding than, yeah, to think about the big changes that have to happen. So yeah, I think I'm just about to start to dive more into this, starting to heal myself from all these patriarchal lies that have been told to us all the time. So we're not good enough, and we cannot do this and that, and we have to be this and that. And trying to, yeah, create another mindset for myself, but also to create another relationship to Earth, to other people. Yeah, so I think I could go on speaking, but yeah, it's something very, very big, and I'm just starting to dive into this more, and where is my place in all this. But yeah, all the other people also already said that, yeah, it also starts by sharing it with your surrounding. Okay, what is a matriarchy? And it's actually not women over men. It's like she is we, and yeah, to doing a lot of yeah, consciousness work maybe, or information work. Yeah, to live spirituality, and on and on. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And what about Carmen? Hello, Carmen. With whom were you were you with Maria in the with whom were you sharing your
So you can listen now.
yes?
So she's from Portugal, the young lady. Yes,
Maria.
very nice.
So what was your, can you share with us, you know, what you came out with, just any, you want to share, bring it to all of us, because you were in the room by the two of you, so maybe you can share with the whole group.
Yes.
Do you think, is it possible? What actions shall we do, or what is it possible to do?
Although I believe it is really possible. And I know it is possible because it's the time now. Now is the time to begin and to start to realize and to bring in vision this what we know and what we get in information inside of us, because we are getting information. And this what I see here. I'm living here in Düsseldorf in Germany, and this is what I told her also. I had made the experience the last 2 years that much people, also men, but much women and men are feeling they are getting information, and the criticism of the patriarchal is very, very strong, but they are knowing that there's coming a vision of community, and it is getting a real vision, and they are, and this what they want is security. They want to have land for food, they want to have water, and they want to have a field of community for the children also. And I know here men, they know they want to support women because they know there's a wisdom inside and there's an openness. And the interesting is, much of these people, they are coming from different roots, I say, no? But the vision is in common. There is a common vision, and this is very very powerful. It is getting slow, and we can say the political situation here is very, very, it's making tired, and it's taking power, because here they want the people to take positions in different kind of positions, and it's all patriarchal politics, and much people are realizing now to go out of this. They because the discussion is it's not I say we don't have much time anymore. Also, I don't want to speak so strong words, but here in Germany is really and it's getting more and more strong, the wish and the knowing of the gift, sharing. Here are a lot of people, they are sharing, they are doing a lot of things, and they are experiencing that that then if they go at their homes back from all these nice things what we are doing, what is possible to do, there's a loneliness, a new kind of loneliness, and this loneliness brings out more and more the wish of community, and this is a power, this is a source. So, and this is what I'm realizing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Carmen. Thank you.
So, sorry, and the young woman also at the end, and we were in the same point, she said also in Portugal and so, but there are also much things, but in the end we said in the really, okay, the land, the houses, and the money. So this is the reality also inside. So how we can find a solution for this, and to build here also we have it that we know we want to have places, really this is reality, for if is coming something again, struggling to have security. And that's why the matriarchal knowledge, wisdom is becoming a real a reality, as a reality in knowing that it is possible to exist. This is what I can say.
Yeah, thank you. And that brings back what Jennifer was saying.
Yes.
Of recuperating all that we can, because we are in a situation in which we have to really reclaim all our knowledge. I mean, Jennifer was telling me that she's doing work with textiles. You know, we're working also with food and water and all of these things, and we have to reclaim all this knowledge, because all technology is bringing us out of all of this. And yeah, it's a big issue. But thank you so much, because
yes.
hopeful. So you know, sometimes, you know, to have there's a lot of people that are sort of reclaiming a different world is really the hope. We need to be many, where we
yes
need many to create this change, and we need to be really, but small and many. Small,
yes
many, small, you know,
yes
small and many.
yes
Really, it gives me hope,
yes.
Thank you so much. No, Maria, I was asking Maria. Maria is your Portuguese partner.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, it was really nice speaking with Carmen. I think at the end we were like, oh, and this, and then it broke. But I think right now, it reminds me at the beginning of the conversation with Carmen is that we said that it's also like a personal process in a way. So there is a big distinction from, like, that's why we're not machines. That's why we are this type, no? Like we have our own processes. I see the things with the lens that I grow up with. So I see things, you see, maybe we're seeing the same thing, but we are the experience is different because of the way I grew up in. So such a beautiful thing because it's a very personal process, and these sharings are so good because you are able to see the different lenses and the different places that you might not be aware of. So I think it was also nice to see how there are different communities that they work in their own way. There are different people that they work in their own way. And if we need to go out of our own bubbles just to be able to see things in other ways and be open as well to receive what I see a lot, and Carmen and I, we were talking, like I see in many places there are different communities that all work differently, but they don't speak to each other. So it's like, let's talk to each other, let's do things with each other. Like being separated and against each other doesn't make much sense because that's the way we are trying to go out of it. So this personal thing, and another thing that is more like a personal reflection today, I think, is that when I started all this learning a little bit about the matriarchal communities, and I felt like I didn't know anything. So I felt I need to learn so much. I don't have time in my life to learn all this. This is so much things and things like that. And today I thought like, well, actually there is a lot of wisdom inside of me, and there's a lot of wisdom in the people that are around me as well, like my family, my friends. I see the wisdom in them. So at some point I was saying that there is no enough wisdom, but it is. So I should take that and start from there, and then opening myself up just to see more things from others. So yeah, that was kind of something that I thought today now.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maria. You know, really, thank you. So anyone else wants to share? I know, I think there's Cory and Francesca left, and then we all shared. And if you want to share yourself, I mean, it would be nice, and then we can go to the closure.
Yes, I would like to share a bit what we talked about, and it also ties very much into what Michelle and what all of us shared. But I always say, like, I really believe it's possible to make matriarchal communities, but there's a difficulty to meet these demands. And I always say we cannot break down the whole system that is there. We cannot destroy it, but we can build something up next to it. And all the people who like are fed up with this, they can come here, and then we just switch, and no one will even know, and suddenly everyone will be here, because then they realize this is actually shit. So we make the new beautiful thing, and we just prepare step by step all together, and therefore it's essential to share our knowledge with the next person and with the next woman, but also with the next person, because the men also don't know, and they would also prefer to be here because it's just better and more beautiful. And yeah, and then we talked about how to make it happen, and then I said, yeah, how do the Amish people do it, because they have their own community and it works. And then for example, just one example of community, but then Francesca said, actually, how do they do with the autonomy, with the electricity? And I said, I don't know. I think they don't use electricity. They are just in the medieval times. But then she said there's the problem in Italy, especially, that it's illegal to use your own electricity. If you have photovoltaic, you have to give it to the state, and then you get it back. And if there's a blackout, there's a blackout still, even though you could be self-sufficient. And then we said, we actually think that that should be illegal, because to provide for yourself should be a basic right. Punto. So how can we make this happen? And then we said, one could be a petition to just speak with everyone around and say, hey, look at this. This should be illegal. It can be, I need to provide for myself with electricity. So make a petition and put it to the government or whatever. And the second one is like to really enforce and to make women's circle with your local people around you, like really speak to your neighbor women and to just come together and talk and share knowledge. And then you also don't feel alone and maybe less afraid, because if you come together, you know you're on the same page and you just connect again. And that for me is also really matriarchal, just to connect, because I think we kind of stopped. And then also I shared the example of, I forgot in which country it was, some country of the north, maybe the Netherlands. There was one day where women collectively strike, and like really, like they didn't cook, they didn't clean, they didn't take care of the children, they didn't go to work, and the whole country stopped on that day. Nothing worked. The men couldn't go to work, they couldn't take the bus, they didn't get their coffee, the children were running around. And on this day, the country realized how important it is, and from that day on, now they have the most women rights of the whole world, like the best women rights in the world. And it just took one day of collectively say, no, just us together, and just strike. I mean, yeah, like just come together, share knowledge, and strike. Or this would be like, this were the things we came up with. And I think, yeah, we just have to remember how powerful we are. And that's it. And I'm so happy to be with you in this call. And please, Francesca, if you want to add something, if I forgot something, please feel free to add.
No, it's okay. You said all. Anyway, the importance is the fact that we can realize how much we can be strength together. Just that.
Wow, it's wonderful. I mean, I would end it, you know, we are recording this, and I like to re-listen to all of our comments, because together we can really make another manifesta with all of our really sharings. So I really hope and thank you, and that you came. It really makes me feel that we should do it like regularly, so that we can bring people in for a conversation, maybe with many other people. The difficulty is, you know, to call people in nowadays. But we are so happy for all the people that participated. We are so grateful to all of you. And we wanted to close with just a small, you know, checkout, in which you just have to say, and that is, you have to be skillful, because you don't have to talk for an hour. So you have one word to say on how do you feel now after this call, and one little action that you will take tomorrow to make this matriarchal society happen. Not big thoughts, but one little action. So who wants to start? You have how do you feel and one little action for tomorrow, and you jump and you give the ball to someone else. Okay, shall I ask you, does anybody wants to start, or I'll just indicate who's the starter?
I'll start.
Good.
I feel curious, and there's an action that I've been procrastinating that I will do today or tomorrow, which is I've been asked by a local presentation spot to write a description of a presentation on matriarchy, and I keep not doing it. So that is what I will do.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for being with us. To whom do you throw the ball?
I will throw the ball to Carmen.
Hello. Yes, I have a peaceful feeling, and yes, I'm thankful to make this experience with you, because it shows me again that what we say, time is like a spiral. It's coming and going. And this what I told 20 years ago, I started with this, 25 years ago. And now I can be here. And for me, I'm really thankful for this. Yes. And yes, I will tell about this. And I will make a call to ask for starting a project if it's really, also I will make some calls and to say to some people, hey, are you really you want really to make something, or are you, or it's just talking, no? So this is my next step. And
Thank you so much.
yes,
Good luck for everything, you know, good luck.
thank you very, very much. This is a big something. I don't have words, but the goddess is here. Thank you.
Yes, so yes,
Thank you.
all the goddess. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Who are you calling? Or who is it, the next one? Who are you calling?
Maria.
Maria.
I feel very blessed to be here with all of you, so I'm very happy. And I think one action is to stop and listen more to the wisdom that exists around me. I think to stop, listen, and see. I'm sure I'll see many things there. Yeah. I'll send it to Francesca.
Okay, thank you, Maria. I feel happy to know all of you. I don't know what I will do tomorrow, but yesterday I spoke with a friend about the fact that here we need in this locality to start to make circles here in the locality. I don't know if we will do that or not. Anyway, we spoke about it, and it's that's it. Thank you. And I ask to Marna.
Thank you. And I think I should go back to Sabina's original question. I've had a few minutes to collect my thoughts, and I think I can do justice to two pieces of information from Letitia. And one would be that education is a form of activism. And two would be, what did you come here to do?
Thank you so much. But how do you feel? You want to just give us, you know, just one word on how do you go out of this circle, and what one little action that you will do tomorrow that will sort of change, you know, start this process of changing the world.
I feel really great. Honestly, right now, I feel really grateful, Sabina, for all the work you personally put into the world. I've been watching your contribution for 3 years now, and I'm grateful to be here today, and I'm grateful for the work that you do. And regards to tomorrow, I think I really need, when I have some time alone, to think about Letitia's question, what did you come here to do? So I think that's where I need to start. Thank you for asking.
Thank you, Mara. To whom do you pass the ball?
Did Jennifer Moyles go yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, Jenny, go.
So I feel more connected now, having listened and shared with all of you. Thank you for that. And thank you, Sabina, for bringing this together. And tomorrow I'm going to spend some time on a presentation I've been developing for some time. It's called The Realm of Matriarchal Arts, the Heart and Earth of Resilient Communities. It's about all those things that happen around a traditional hearth and how that can be an ideal place for us to rebuild our relationships as well as our life skills for living in a matriarchy.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And come and give it, maybe we should organize something with you and you give it online to everyone. Once you
I'd love to. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So who do you pass it to?
I will pass it to Julia.
Okay. I feel encouraged now, and I will try not to be so afraid of the state of our world, and because that really paralyzes me sometimes. And I have the feeling that I'm so powerless and that there's nothing I can do. And so, yes, I will try not to be so afraid. And I will send, as a concrete step, I will send the manifesto to some of my friends tomorrow.
So, thank you. Sorry, I just opened Michelle's video and I have forgotten that but thank you, Michelle, and thank you. You just sent it to everyone, and I'm very happy that you came, Julia. Who else is missing? I think we all spoke except me. Cory, did
I'm
you?
also missing.
Yeah, so I think we're all, so I mean, I'm very grateful, and I'm not grateful myself. I'm grateful all the women that first came, but also Maria, Francesca, Lena, Cory. It's impossible to do anything by yourself, and I learned that. I don't know how this capitalistic patriarchal world thinks. That you're the head and you have everyone. No, we are together. If we're not together, we're not going to change the world. So I'm so glad that you're here with me. I feel so touched by all of you. And so that's my thing. And what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I don't know, continue. We have a call at 6 o'clock with HEIDE people, and that's what we're doing. We continue the work one day at a time. So bye, thank you, and just continue to read Matriarcha Manifesta everywhere you find, get it and read it to everyone.
Lena did not check out yet. Can we have her check out?
Who didn't have the checkout?
Me
What?
and I think Cory as well.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Sorry. So I mean, I did my checkout and then I passed it to Lena.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I go out of this meeting very empowered. Yeah, I'm very empowered of all of what you have shared and yeah, our coming together. And there's so much power and wisdom and strength and well. And yeah, the thing that I want to do tomorrow is to start the day with a prayer again, because I'm always forgetting to reconnect myself, and yeah, I want to do this and also to bring this this reconnection to the meetings that I have tomorrow. I have several meetings, and yeah, and maybe I can also send the manifesta to some people. And I pass the ball to Cory. You have also not shared yet, I think.
Thank you, Lena. I feel very, very grateful. Thank you for everyone. And my action is to teach the Sedona method to almost every person I meet because to release emotions like fear, because beyond fear lies deep, basic trust. And that's the pure woman life force and energy, life energy. And that's how we built everything beyond fear. Go through fear and go through being stuck, and then just trust in the goddess and be her, embody her, and let's do this together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So we can close this session, and thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon, all of you. Ciao, ciao to all the world. And we close this